Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with my top 10 Transformers of 2018. I did this last year. I want to do it again this year. There are a lot of good toys I got this year, and I want to just share them with you. Just a quick note. The rule of thumb is that these are toys I got in 2018, not that they came out in 2018. There are a few figures on here that came out in previous years, but I didn't get my hands on until this year. Just so you know, just so you're not confused or angrily commenting down in the comments, being like, this toy didn't come out this year. Well, I got it this year, so it's my personal top 10. And yeah. I was going to say something else like you can shove it or whatever, but I'm not going to say that because I'm such a nice guy. I'm also doing this completely blind because the reflection from the lights is off my glasses is very annoying to me. So, and I don't have any fresh contacts right now. So, that wasn't necessary, but let's just get right into it with number 10. And starting off the list is Cybertron Megatron. I told you there would be things on this list that came out before this year. I got this from Mateo Potato. I bought it off of him, and I never owned it. Cybertron was my growing up, the line I grew up with. I did not get the Megatron from the line at the time. I don't think I even got a Megatron until 2009, and I started in like 2005, 2006. That's a long time without a Megatron. But Cybertron Megatron. He's big, he's clunky, yes. His transformation from jet to car mode is a lot simpler than I thought it was. But goodness gracious, is he a good, he's not a good boy, but he's a good boy. You know what I mean when I say that. The colors are loud, but that's accurate to the show, which I cannot fault it for. I love screen accuracy. And this is here because of nostalgia. That's the only reason. This is just here because of Cybertron nostalgia. But yeah, that's number 10. So up to number 9. And number 9 is Prime Wars Trilogy Repugnus. This is an impressive little toy here. Well, not the littlest, but still quite impressive. Of how heavily retooled Double Cross and Twin Inferno, Double Cross and Twin Inferno, Double Cross and Repugnus were retooled into getting this guy out of the same base mold, and this mold's just nice and fun to handle with. Beast mode is great, which is why I have him in beast mode. Robot mode is still good, a little plain, but I mean accurate. If you're going G1 with articulation, robot modes are going to be a bit blocky. Beast mode still a little blocky, but like I still really like it. There's just some nice touches here and there that just make it good. Like just how you can get I think I said abdomen and I would be wrong. I think this is this is the abdomen, not the thorax. The abdomen, if I'm right. Scientists out there, correct me if I'm wrong. How you're able to get this bit to bend back a little bit instead of it just being a straight block like that. I don't know why. That just adds so much more dimension, even though these are all blocks on top of each other. But like and also my fun fan-made ultimate MonsterBot forms. I posted those to, I think it was to my Instagram account. Yeah, to my Instagram account. You can see them with the other ones. This one was my favorite ultimate MonsterBot form. But yeah, I just love Repugnus is really good and deserves number 9 on my list. I do not have Punch Counter Punch on the list though, just because of my problems with his shoulder. If I didn't have that, he might be in this spot instead of Repugnus. But sadly, he's not on this list. But moving on to number 8. Number 8, we have Slash. I'm pretty sure I got Slash this year, not last year. I want to say that. I think I only got the deluxes in 2018. If not, Slash might have been on last year's list, and I'm just doubling on myself. But I don't care. Slash is here. Slash is good. Slash is wonderful. I hope she appears in some cartoons where more of the Dinobots appear. Currently, Cyberverse exists, and Grimlock is there in his Dino form, but does not have the other Dinobots are not present in any shape or capacity as of yet. But if they do appear, Slash better be with them. is great. Is a great addition to the Dinobot team. And that's it for number 8. Let us go on to number 7. And for number 7, we have Movie Inferno and Long Arm, which is just a repaint, or as I recently coined on Steel City Bots podcast, a color lift of the Armada Red Alert and Long Arm. Though I do rename them in my headcanon as Flashpoint and High Rise, because this toy inspired the animated character Flashpoint, so I get another female on the shelf. And High Rise is just a mini-con. I just came up with Whole Cloth, that is also a psychologist, because Movie Inferno is a psychologist, because there's 4 repaints of this toy and they're all called Long Arm. They need more distinct personalities with these distinct color schemes. But anyway, this was a toy that was on like a bit of a holy grail for me, and I did happen to get it this year, just off of eBay. At one point I saw them, and then there was a good coupon, and I'm like, you know what, $30, I can definitely go for these. And it's complete, all the lights and sounds work. So just give me a second to get Long Arm converted, or High Rise I should say converted, and then we can have fun with, oh, wrong way, but that's still fun. That's great. I love it. And that's why Movie Inferno aka Flashpoint and Long Arm aka High Rise are number 7 on my list. So number 6 on my list is Power of the Prime's Nemesis Prime. This is a really, really great toy. I do love the Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime mold, though I think I'm going to be switching it out with the Siege Optimus Prime once that gets here. I did just order that, but I don't have it, so that doesn't qualify for the 2018 list. That will be for 2019, I'm sure. Yeah, I do still love this mold, and I've never had a Nemesis Prime before, and this looks really, really nice with this color scheme. The black and the teal and the gray. I understand why Eric and Miguel really like this toy. Also, the extra weapons that just give it a little bit of Armada flair. Ooh, that's very, very nice. Even though I didn't grow up with Armada, I still very much appreciate Armada because it spawned the mini-cons. Also, the head sculpt is quite nice, and the fact you can do an overlay arm over the shoulder cannon that hold the swords and have both the forearm cannons just makes Nemesis Prime here really powerful, and makes it for number 6 on my list. So number 5, and number 5 on my list of top toys of 2018 is the Galaxy Meteor toy, aka not Cybertron, Starscream. This was put out by Make Toys. I think they put it out last year in 2017, but I didn't pick it up till this year. This is my first full-on third-party toy, and he is quite good. Amongst the Cybertron figures I never owned the Starscream, because the only one that came out in the US besides the one with the weird colors in the 2-pack with Vector Prime was the Supreme class one, and that was big and expensive. Well, for the time it was. But I do have this Starscream. This is a really good Starscream. This is a very well posable Starscream. I love the range of movement on it. The unfortunate thing that bugs me the crap out is the fact that this one leg is loose. It appears to be misassembled. I might have to see if I can't get a replacement one. I'd have to contact Chosen Prime for that, and I remembered after TFCon they had problems, so I've been putting it off. But maybe now I'll try to get another one. If I can, I don't have any receipts or anything about the purchase, so I may be stuck with this one. But I mean, I still very much appreciate it. It's still really unfortunate with how that hip works, and I feel like that's... Yeah, I do not... Ooh, that looks... Anyway, number 4. Number 4 is Studio Series Starscream. Well, I have determined that if there was a section of my collection I would get rid of for space purposes, it would probably be my Studio Series or movie-related stuff. because there's a lot of the base stuff that disagrees with me. But I do very much appreciate some of the designs. Starscreams I never particularly appreciated just because it's a weird shape and the toys I never translated too well, at least the ones I've had. But this one is just good. It's a very good Starscream. I'm not necessarily keeping it so much because of like any attachment to the character, or I really like it because of that. But there's a bit of nostalgia because the first movie is still part of my formative years. And the transformation is really good and really fun, and he's quite good to pose despite his weird proportions, which, I mean, I like playing with more unique figures, and this is definitely one of them. I do find it a shame that it does rank higher than Galaxy Meteor, but again, that leg problem bumps it down a little bit. It's still really good, but the leg problem probably would have surpassed this, but this is still a really good toy. I do enjoy holding it and playing with it. And what can you want more out of a toy than be able to hold it and play it? So, number 3. Number 3 is Siege Sideswipe. Did pick him up at the start of the month abouts. And the Siege so far is really good. The deluxes are all very solid. Sideswipe and my number 2 pick are just the best ones, and I think show the greatness that will be the Siege line. He's just very simple, but very does some nice tricks to make it more distinct from other transformations, which I really appreciate. Very good articulation, very solid feeling toy, and the battle damage doesn't bother me too much. But overall, really great toy. Do recommend if you can get. Yeah, just need a Sunstreaker to go along with this. Please, Hasbro, please just give me a Sunstreaker with this, please. But yeah, that's Sideswipe. So number 2. And number 2 is Siege Hound. Again, I do really like Sideswipe, but Hound is better than Sideswipe. Sorry, Sideswipe, you're still good, even though you did nothing in the show. But Hound is really great, really fun. The transformation is a blast. I just love how the legs fold in like so. Looks really good, even though it's a darker color green than I'm used to seeing, because I'm used to looking at the Universe Hound toy, even though I don't own it. But it's still very good, very solid toy. Everything I said about Sideswipe better. And also anticipations of Cybertron Defense Hot Shot from Cybertron, and makes this even more interesting to me. But boy, he is really just a treat to play with and hold. Yeah, that's number 2 on my list. And before we get to number 1, I have a few honorable mentions. Animated Blur, just because it's a very nice animated toy with a fun and different transformation that I also picked up from Mateo Potato. So thank you again, Mateo Potato, for this grand little figure. Studio Series Stinger, who, when I first transformed to vehicle mode, I was very, very pleased by. I just felt very good to get that all into place. Unfortunately, these little thingies on the back, and I lost one, definitely keep her from him, technically, but her, I call her Stinger her. Keep her from being on the top 10 of my list, sadly. BotBots Say Cheese. I love the BotBots, so I had to put one of them on the list, and Say Cheese is my most enjoyed, just because the transformation is a lot more unique than most of the BotBots, and my glasses are still on, so I'm going to take them off now and continue on talking about how I love Say Cheese's unique transformation and design approach compared to some of the other BotBots. The others are still great, but a lot of them are cookie cutter kind of transformations, but this is most unique and the one I most enjoy handling. Power of the Prime's Abominus, who I did want to put on the top 10 list, but felt it would be cheating by throwing a full combiner on the list. But I did want to talk about Abominus because the overall combiner is the best combiner toy I think we've had. As a combiner robot, maybe Predaking, but Predaking has other weak spots that keep it off the list completely. Though Ripper Snapper and Blot on their own could definitely have been on their own list if I did not been on the list by themselves if I did not group them with Abominus. And these three little fellows, Brush Guard, Short Round, and Hardtop, all three Cybertron figures that I learned about are all super nerds about a week or two before I went to ToyCon NJ this year, and I happened to find them all at the same table, so that was really cool and really fun, and I do really wish I've done more with them social media wise or on my channel wise, but they are all great fun little toys. They're not like the best toys, which is why again not on the top of the list, but I do personally enjoy them a bunch, and again I do wish to use them more because I just love their characters and the fact they all exist together in the same line. So it's like they should have been a nerd group beforehand. So with honorable mentions out of the way, it's time for my number one toy of the year, and that honor goes to Terradive from the TF 2010 line. I got this at TFCon for $5, and holy crap, I've gotten so many more utils out of it than the $5. Even if I got it at the retail price when it originally came out, I'm sure I would be head over heels with this toy. The transformation is super unique. The design is really cool. The weapon is so special, but the articulation permits so many great posing options with this toy. The only minimal things I could think of that this toy could have that could improve its articulation to increase posing with the spear are some ankle tilts and some wrist tilt to allow like the being able to hold the spear like this. And let me get this spear out of his hands. Just to be able to hold the spear like this in his hands, which I can. There have been photos I've done that I can suggest that's what's going on, but I definitely cannot. So that would be the wrists. Being able to do that are what I'd really like. But considering it's a deluxe class toy and what else other articulation it has, I'm completely fine with it. The thing I need to get a flight stand just so as I can have so much fun posing this guy, because this guy is great and deserves photos with a flight stand. I need a flight stand so bad for this guy. He's just great. And definitely my top Transformer I bought in 2018. And those are my picks for top Transformers toys of 2018. Please let me know what some of your top picks are in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of my list, if you liked it, if you hate it, if you thought Nautica should be on it. That's just a joke from last year, if you read the comments of last year's video. But these were some very good toys. I am very excited for the new figures we are expecting in 2019. Again, I'm going to have Siege Optimus and Siege Megatron on the way soon. I'm sure they'll be on the list. A lot of Siege looks like it could be on my top 10. There's going to be a lot more bots on the list, I'm sure. Well, possibly, if they have interesting transformations. But there's like a lot of bots next year. There's a lot of potential there. And hopefully more conventions in my future to get some older figures, just like Terradive, because he topped the charts this year for me. But yeah, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing